All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another CNC Q A Podcast. This is episode 23, I think, something like that. So, hope everybody's doing well. Let me bring my crew in here. There's Mr. Ryan
Hey,
and Mr. Paul Corliss. How you doing, Paul?
great. Thank you.
Watched your video the other day.
Oh,
Pretty slick. Have you got another one coming out?
I hope so pretty soon.
Okay, good.
If I get my income tax done.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, they got plenty of money. I wouldn't worry about sending them none.
Yeah, they got lots. They're
They
they're
got so
talking about
much.
saving.
They got so much. They just give it away to anybody. So, all
That's
righty.
true.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it is true. Um, well, let me before we get started here. Let me let Mr. Ryan talk about his Saturday night gig there.
Oh yeah. So we're doing making it up as we go. It's we're going over the latest videos in CNC lasers and 3D printing. Also, whatever it is that we're playing with at that time. And it's a good time. Saturday nights on the R Ballard Designs channel. And it's fun. We're having a good time with it. So come on over, hang out.
Be there or be square.
Yeah, maybe we won't get our stream taken down in the middle of it this week.
Yeah. What was up with that? Did you ever figure it out?
No idea.
I was watching
Nope.
it, then all of a sudden it just and then
On
little
Sunday, Al had a stream going and he played it on his stream and it played fine for the whole video. So
Yeah, yeah. So anybody that was watching this and didn't see what was going on last week, uh, last thing that we were talking about a little bit was Paul's newest video, and um, had it on for a few minutes, and all of a sudden the stream whole thing went black, and it said that we had violated some policy thing, and uh, took down that part of the video, and then it came right back on,
Hmm.
and I never got anything from YouTube. Well, I did get something from YouTube, but it was unrelated to that time. We got a copyright strike about the one video that we were talking about, which I'm fighting because, come on,
yeah, I don't know why you would have got that.
yeah, it happens on occasion. Some of these creators have their stuff so locked down that you show more than 10 seconds of it, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it'll throw something at you. But
Yep.
oh well.
All righty. Well, I'm going to wear headphones tonight because it's probably fixing to get real loud in here because I'm going to be working on a project that's really cool. I've already made these once. Let me go ahead and share my screen and get this over here. But this is some free plans that you can get for these stacking sawhorses. And there's a lot of cool things about this. Now I'm cheating a little bit. I'm going to be using a CNC tonight just because I'm trying to use up some oddball pieces of drop plywood that I've got. So I went ahead and programmed one up, and that way it can be running while we're chatting about other stuff. But these are really neat because let me scroll on down here. Well, first of all, it's neat because they stack, and so they're showing two sets of two here, but you can also take these two and they all stack together, so you can stack them up in a corner. That's how they stack together. There you can see that's how I've got mine. In fact, they're behind my CNC machine right now, stacked up like this, so they don't take up very much room. I think they are, let's see, they're 15 and a half inches wide this way, 17 inches tall, and I think about 24 inches on the longest dimension. So not very big at all. But they are handy because, as you can see, you can use, if you're cutting a big piece of plywood, you can spread 4 of them out and and put a big piece of plywood on it. Or if you're cutting stuff like this 2x8 or whatever that is up there, you can leave them stacked 2 at a time, and that puts this height at about 30 something inches, about 32 inches, I think it is. I don't remember exactly, but that makes a good working height if you're using them like that. But another cool thing about these, and of course now this is Woodsmith's plan, so they don't do stuff with these robot machines like we like to do. But here is the cutting diagram, and that's the cool thing about this. You can do this whole project and make 4 sawhorses. As you can see, you got two end pieces, a top, a middle shelf, and then 3 of these little support pieces, and that's it. So they show you how to lay all those out on a single piece of plywood. And in fact, when I made these, I didn't realize it had been that long, but it was 11 years ago.
Wow.
That I made these. And the first thing you do is, I think it's, if I remember right, it's 17 inches is the height of this A piece. So the first thing you do is just take your piece of plywood and cut a piece off that's 17 inches, and then they show you here how you lay the plans out, or they show making a template for this piece, and then you just lay them out on here and leave enough room that you can cut them apart with a circular saw or jigsaw or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's just a really, really cool thing. They are probably, out of all the things I've made, pretty much in forever, they're probably the handiest thing that I've ever made. They're just, and they're not the only pair of sawhorses. I have a lot of other different kinds of sawhorses, but those are just really nice. And I thought, for those of you who probably don't know, a lot of you probably don't know, but I am going to get rid of the old Avid machine. I've got a buyer for it, somebody that will make good use of it, and I really just don't use it that much. It just sits here. I mean, Ryan always give me flack about it being my $1,000 assembly table, which that's pretty much what it's been most of the time the last couple of years. But I figure, if I'm not going to use it, it's just too nice of a machine to just sit there and not run. So I decided to go ahead and sell it. And so this is going to be probably one of the last projects that I run on this machine. Now, I thought I had, from some other projects, I thought I had a full 4x8 of plywood in the back of my truck. I have a tonneau cover on my truck, so I just kind of use it for storage. I keep a lot of wood and stuff in there. So I checked in there, and sure enough, I do have a full 4x8. But then when I went to pull it out to put it on top, because it had somehow worked its way down to the bottom of the pile, when I was pulling it out, I found 3 pieces of drop. In fact, one of them I've got on the table right now. It's a 48 by 36, and that's what I'll be running tonight. And then I have a couple other pieces that I think are 15 and a half by 20 3/4 or something like that. So you can use, like I said, I'm going to be using a CNC, and the only bad thing about using a CNC is that spreads the parts out more. So, back here where that, right here, you can see this is a pretty tight nest. It really uses up a lot of that, that 4x8 plywood. So once you start using a CNC and giving yourself some room between parts and stuff, It's probably going to take a little more than that. But since I had this drop anyway, and I still got that full sheet in the back of my truck, I decided to go ahead and run these. So I think I've got this. And by the way, if anybody wants these, let me go ahead and switch this other camera over here to right here. There we go. There's the 48 by 36. I've already got it all set up. And if anybody would like to make a set of these, like I said, they are free plans. They're available from Woodsmith. And I have had lots of people ask me, hey, can I get the file for that? And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, nah, they're not my plans. They're, so I won't, it's easy enough to go get the link, and it's not that hard to draw. And if you say, well, I'm not that good at drawing stuff, well, that's why you don't practice enough. So go get the free plans, which is just a PDF file. All the dimensions are there that are needed to draw it. And if you want to make them the old-fashioned way, just cutting them with, the table saw and all that kind of stuff, like they show in the directions, all you really got to do is make you a template. And then that way you can use that with a flush trim bit and get all the end pieces exactly the same. And that's really the only thing that's even tough. And I did a video. I meant to put a link to my video in the description here, and I didn't do it because I forgot to. But I did a video 11 years ago, and that's how I did it. I used my CNC to make a template, and then that's all I did. Then I used the template just like they're doing. So if you want to see how to do it that way, you can go check that out. Like I said, you have to go way back. You'll have to go to my YouTube channel and type in Dave Gatton stackable sawhorse or something, because it was 11 years ago. So
now that's 1/2-inch plywood.
This is the ones I made 11 years ago. I used 3/4-inch plywood, and that's what the plans call for. But this is you might be able to tell by that black paint on the edge, that edge right there where that clamp is. This is like 23/32 exterior grade sheathing. And 23/32 is a little under 0.72, I think. So about a 32nd less than 3/4 inch. So I'm going to go ahead and use it because that's what I got. And it's just sawhorses anyway. I did adjust my notch when I was drawing these up. Since I'm cutting these on the CNC, I did adjust my notch. Where that center shelf goes to where I'll have a tighter fit. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to have to pull these headphones off for a second. I'll let Ryan and Paul talk about me or whatever they want to do while I get ready to hit the button. I'm hoping it's going to work because I got headphones, but I'm planning on running my dust collection. My dust collector's over here in this corner. I've got the the air-cooled spindle on the CNC machine, and then occasionally my heater's kicking on because it's going to get down in the 20s. So we got all kinds of stuff making noise, but I think I'll be okay with headphones. I don't have a wireless headphone, so I can't walk over that far. So I'm going to go over there and finish checking it off. I think I'm going to re-zero the Z. I'm pretty sure I did it earlier today, but I'm going to double check that. You guys will be able to watch it there on the screen. And then I'll be back momentarily. So take her away, guys.
Sweet.
Nice.
Well, that was fun.
So my question is how long did it take him to clean off the horizontal surface so he could get a piece of plywood on there?
It does take a while.
Yes, it does. I know full well it does.
It's a big horizontal for the surface, so there was a lot of shit on that table. Whoops. Sorry.
Every horizontal surface in my workshop is full.
Yeah. Damian Smith is asking if Dave has done a review on the 6040, and I believe he has. We'll ask him once he comes back over here. But I think he has done a review on the 6040, and also all the changes and all that are different from a 5040. So we'll check in with him. And wonder if we should mute him. There we go. We'll mute him for now. Frankie's CNC and woodworking. We all know all you have to do is sit in the wood shop and push a button, and then a finished product pops out.
Yep, that's it.
That's all CNCing is. It's you don't have to do nothing.
Yep, lasers right close behind.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. So. Oh, look at that! Earl's got his 6040 built,
Hey,
and it's sitting on top of his Gatton CNC.
that's good.
Yep. That's the way it goes sometimes. Good job, Earl.
I think. Oh no, I thought Dave was back.
No, not yet.
No.
Oh, he's back. Hold on a second, Dave. I muted you while you were gone. There you go. I unmuted you now.
Okay, is that pretty loud?
It doesn't seem to be bad over here. Dave, Damian Smith was asking if you've done a review of the 6040 yet. I thought you did, but
Well, I don't know if you'd call it a. It's probably not what you would consider a review, but I did an unboxing, assembly, and then of course I've done numerous projects, either in a video or here in this live stream, running the 6040, as well as the 5040. I'm sure if you just browse around my YouTube channel, you'll find something that you're looking for.
all right. I'm going to mute you there, Dave. That thing's screeching.
Yeah, if you want to say anything, just wave your hands like that.
Finger gestures also work.
I knew this was going to be loud, but I thought, well, I'll just let you guys talk and I'll listen. And if anybody's got a question or something, then I'll unmute myself and answer.
Yeah, it's all good. That thing's humming along. How fast you got that thing going, Dave? Looks like maybe 150?
Yeah, it's doing 150 inches a minute. The rapid is at 600 inches a minute when it does the rapid. And right now it's got a 1/4 inch compression bit in there. It's not a Jenny. I couldn't find my Jenny. I think I might have it in one of these. I'm not sure. I don't know where it is. But it's a brand new white side that I hadn't even used that I found. So that's what I'm running, and it's running a depth of 1/8 inch.
Good deal. Man. The good old Avid CNC. I think just humming along. Let's see here. Yeah, Jerry says it's a CNC channel. It's expected once in a while. Those who've never ran a CNC, this is a taste of the noise. Yeah, very true. It will get humming on you.
Yeah, this is especially loud. Now, just imagine most times when you're running a CNC like this, you're probably not going to be trying to do a live stream too.
Yeah.
Where the problem is, I'm real close to. I'm probably actually closer to the dust collector that's in the corner, and those things are loud. And then it goes up and over, comes down with the clear hose that you can see to my Avid. And of course, my spindle on my Avid is an air-cooled spindle, so it makes a little noise too, as well as the bit cutting wood. So.
Yeah. Speaking of Jerry, I noticed Jerry got himself a really cool project getting ready to start. He's got a multi-material setup from LDO for his 3D printing stuff. That's going to be pretty cool. Dan is asking, is Dave selling his Avid? He has sold his Avid. They haven't come to pick it up yet. Putting a few last miles on it. Let's see here. Hendrix is saying, I have a little Chinese 3020 for play. Wanted to build something 24 by 32. Since I have no spare time, I'm actually considering a Onefinity Foreman. Thoughts? The Onefinities seem to be pretty nice machines. I've never touched one, but Paul has one.
Yep, that's what I've got, and I really like it. It's I've never had any problems with it.
Yeah, I would while you're checking out Onefinity, also check out the Alt.
Yeah, Alt Mill is another really good CNC.
And the Alt Mill has what I like to call the Smalt Mill. That's coming out in like a month, I think it is. It's their Alt Mill, which is their 4x4 machine, but they shrink it down to a 2x4 machine. So saves a little bit of money. Check those two out. Out of the two, the Alt Mill is going to be the less expensive of the two.
Right.
But, I think with everything,
I don't think you go wrong with either one of them.
Yeah, either one, I think you'd be doing pretty good. If you haven't watched yet, Hamilton Dilbeck on Black Friday put out a video comparing his alt mill that he had and a Onefinity Elite, and kind of like with the different programs, fit and finish, blah blah blah. So I would watch that too.
Now mine is not the Elite. Mine is the old Pro model.
Right.
And I didn't. To upgrade mine to the Elite would be about $1,800, and there's no way I wanted to spend that kind of money to upgrade to the Elite.
Yeah, they still sell the regular one, right? The Elite
do.
is just there.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, Andy, if you want to make this project, it's I got the plans or a link to the plans down in the description. I don't think you can make anything that will be more useful than these things. That's why I'm making another set. Like I said, I made 4 of them 11 years ago, and now I'm making 4 more. So I'll have 8.
Another sawhorse design that I saw recently that might also be another option too is what is it? Woodshop Junkies. That channel, he did a one. He didn't cut it out with a CNC or anything, but you could easily make it with a CNC, and it's kind of like a folding sawhorse.
Yeah, as I mentioned, I made these 11 years ago. So when I thought about making another set, I went to look for the plans, and of course, 11 years ago, that's probably 2 or 3, 4 computers ago. So I couldn't find them. So I went to Google, and I'm going to try to do it right now so I can show you. And I put in stackable sawhorse just to see what comes up. And of course, now that I'm looking for them, I probably won't be able to find them. Let's see. But anyway, there was a link to an Etsy store. Yeah, now I can't find it. Now that I'm looking for it. But it was the exact same uh, exact same. There we go. It was the exact same thing. Whoever, I'm thinking that somebody stole the plan. I mean, he's using these exact same pictures, and he's selling them for $7.35. And I'm like, man, this was so right. So yeah, you can get these free. Just use that link I got below. It takes you right to the thing. Now, when you go there, it'll say add to cart. You know, like you're going to buy them, but you can see the price is zero. They're free. You just have to go through and put the, I guess so they can get your email or something. Really awesome plans. I really like it.
Look at that. We're gonna have to. Dave's gonna have to take off his stickers. Melinda's not going to care about Gatton seeing Dave Gatton YouTube channel. Dave, are you going to take off your stickers before you give it to Melinda?
You're you're muted. I didn't hear you.
Oh,
And
I was going to say I can peel them off, I guess.
Give her something to do.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like she's going to be shooting YouTube videos on their own branding on there. So, and I'll leave if you look, well, I don't know if you can see it, but on the side of the spindle, there's a case manufacturing design sticker and Denny sticker on there.
Paul, did you see what's going on with Bob CNC?
no, I didn't.
Bob CNC. So if anybody doesn't has ever not heard of Bob CNC, they make plywood machines. They are open sourcing all of their plans or their design.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah, like a year or so ago, I think it was. He had put out an announcement that, or put out a post saying, "Hey, if somebody's interested in buying my company, get a hold of me." And I guess nobody ever has or whatever. And it sounds like he's just kind of ready to retire or something, maybe.
He had quite an operation there. He was on, I think he
Yeah.
was on Dave's show one night
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
showed his operation, and that was quite a setup he had.
yeah, yeah. He employs like 15 or 16 people, I think it was, Dave, or
Yeah,
something like that. A lot of them are family.
you've got one of his machines, don't you?
They sure do. Yeah, yeah. I have both Dave and I have a Revolution, which is the rotary.
The rotary.
Yeah, I was going to say that I was a little bit surprised when I saw it looks like Bob's getting out because I thought the last few Bob shop talks with him and Steve, I thought they were working on something new. So I guess not. Decided
Yeah,
not to follow up on
yeah. Something must have changed in the situation or what have you, and going a different route.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, it's Hendrix saying here. Uh, Already have the PWN 1.2 air cooled to start with. Eventually want the ATC. Yeah, yeah. The ATC is pretty cool from Rapid Change. That's a really cool setup. Dave, John Thompson's asking if you've received his emails.
Yeah, John, I did, and I replied back, and I was asking you if he was trying to get a touch probe set up with his Gatton CNC, and I was wondering if you had disconnected the touch plate and didn't put a uh, script in there in Mach 3. You have to put a script in there, and I sent you a link to a video that, again, all my CNC videos are really old. I've been doing this so long. But I sent a link to a video, and I'm actually using my GarageWorks CNC out in my shop. But I'm showing what you need to see to set up that touch plate and how to add the script. So I don't know if you got my email or not. Sounds like maybe you had to look at it. But yeah, I did reply to you. Yeah,
Yeah,
but nobody's commented on my fancy dust
the plywood dust.
That thing works like a charm. You see how those bristles are so soft, they just slide right over the plant. So I made that during the live stream again a few years
Got to keep a little Gatton CNC and everything.
ago. Well, I just needed something, I made that, and then it worked so good, I'm like, well, I'm not going to be like the other guys and buy some 3D printed one or something like that. This one works fine. So,
Yep.
and I like having the tall bristles because, like I said, even though it's not really going to hit my clamp with the router bit, but because my dust shoe, the hose is in the front, it extends over, so it goes right over those knobs on the clamp.
Hmm. Yeah, Hendrix. They can be expensive toys, but if you want to make money with them, it's not that hard to do. Just find a project that you like to make and Sell the snot out of it.
I was just telling them I've never made any money off my woodworking, but I haven't really tried either. So
Yeah. I really don't sell anything with mine, but I use it I make a lot of gifts with mine.
that's what I do. I end up giving everything away, and
Yeah, well, and in my brain, that's saving me money.
well,
Yeah,
that's a lot of truth. Yeah.
when we have a wedding that's coming up, the first thing it's like, all right, Ryan's making them one of the wedding signs. The ones that say, the Hubowitzes, established in 2025, and
Then it has their first name
yeah,
inlaid in the front. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You showed that one. Those are really neat. Did you come up with that, or
No, I'd seen them around, and I just do my own takes on them, and you know,
yeah?
I tried to find out a little bit of information on what what the people like, what their style is, and tried to make something in that style.
Those
Uh,
are really nice. It's
yeah. One of my sisters got married a couple years ago, and she's a massive Harry Potter fan. So I did the crest, the Harry Potter crest, with all the four schools or four houses in it, and then did their name underneath in the ribbon and stuff like that, and that turned out pretty cool.
huh.
But yeah, those are always very popular. People have babies, you make baby ones.
Well, as some of you might know, I have made a little money. My my Gatton CNC, I used to cut all of the Gatton CNC kits that I sold. Bought me a machine you were watching this video. In fact, a 3-day Black Friday sale bought me that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, Hendrix makes cremation urns. Oh, okay. Do you do that for like people or for pets or both? I would assume there's some sort of size difference. Maybe not though. I don't know.
And do you sell them through the funeral homes, or how does that work?
Well, I was going to say I have Rocky's ashes in there, and it's in a thing. And I've heard that the average human, their cremation remains are about 20 pounds. What I heard. And Rocky was pretty good sized dog. He was about 75 pounds, but his was probably I'm going to say less. I'm going to say probably about 8 pounds, 7 or 8 pounds.
Oh, he sells them at funeral homes. Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh yeah.
I did solar for a funeral home and for their monument thing too, so that'd be a good idea to
Oh yeah.
offer that to them.
Well, cremation's being such a big thing now that
It's on fire.
Was it a?
yes, it is.
I was going to say was the solar panel crematory.
What would you say, Dave? I missed it.
I said I was going to ask you if it was a solar powered crematory. Of course, I guess that would just be some huge magnifying glass, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like that place, that power place out in California that burns up all the birds while they're flying.
Yeah.
I mean, how that would ruin your day as a bird. Yeah, you're just flying around, minding your own business, and what the hell do I smell? I'm on fire! Oh yeah. Just humming along. I would imagine too, Dave, that if you really felt like taking the time uh with these sawhorses, you could really optimize the tool pathing and all that to be like so that the sides would use one cut and stuff like that.
Yeah, if you like, I'm using a 1/4 inch bit, so I could have put them where they're 1/4 inch apart, and then just did the one piece, one pass through. There's a lot of ways you can do it.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm running them a little different because I had originally planned on using a downcut bit and not putting any tabs on it. But when you do that, you need to make sure that you have your start and stop point on a straight spot. You don't want
Yeah.
it to, because when it stops, you want it to stop, come up, and move to the next thing without bumping that part and shifting it. But then I couldn't find the right bit. I had a compression bit. And I thought, well, just to be safe, since I'm going to be doing the live stream while it's running, and I'm not going to be looking at it that close, I'll just go ahead and put some small tabs on it just to hold it. But I do have the stop and start point on a flat area, so I had to turn the optimization off to get that part.
Very cool. Yeah, Hendrix, my biscuits are burning. Oh man, that's no joke either, man. We've taken we found an old projection screen TV on the side of the road one day, and we stole that thing out of there. And well, I guess we didn't steal it because it was trash, but took it and then destroyed it and took the Fresnel lens out of it, or the Fresnel lens out of it, or whatever it's called. And man, that thing will that thing will set some fire quick.
I think it's on the last piece now. So it should be done.
No, you got another one. You got another one back in that back right hand corner.
Okay, yeah, yes,
It's almost done now.
I know when I was setting this up, I was going to go ahead and run it, and I thought, well, let me check it with the simulation in Mach 3 to see what the time was. It was about 31 minutes, so I think that's going to end up being about right.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I just thought Ryan might see my $10,000 assembly table actually do something.
I didn't know it moved. She's still running good. Hey, there's Steve Ventari, Ventari's workshop out there in the chat.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah, Steve. The Avid is actually functioning. It does move.
That's probably the first time Steve's seen it without another machine set on.
Hey, did you see Steve's latest video with his thing to store paints in?
Yeah.
That's a good video.
Yeah. I put a good comment on this video, I thought. I said, I usually wouldn't say this to another guy, but nice rack. Yeah, she's almost done.
Yeah, I might have to make one of those paint holders. That's a nice
Yeah.
setup.
Okay, Mitch, I guess he's talking about what I'm running here. I used Decar Pro, and I have two tool paths, a pocket, which is cutting those screws, and then the profile, which is what it's doing now, cutting it out. And since I use them the same bit for both of them, I just put them all in one tool path.
John's asking what size the Avid is. I don't think it's the 4x8.
Now, if you look, well, the Z-axis is just kind of moving out of the way now. It says, well, still can't read it because it's behind the Z-axis. But it's the Pro Series 4848. It's a 48 by 48. And actually, the working area is about 49 by 49. So you can't cut a full 48. So,
Very good. Yeah, she's almost done cutting it out.
also,
Really?
John, I might add, it's not a 4 by 8. It's the 4848 or the 4 by 4 model. But they do have where you can order. Uh, if you bought one of these and wanted to expand it, you can buy the extra length rails and all that. The only thing is, whatever you buy, whether you buy a 5 by, I think it's 5 by 4 or something. They have one that's 5 foot wide. Let me cut that dust collector off.
You're right, Steve.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, you can easily buy the rails and expand one. Now, like I said, if you buy the 5 foot gantry and wanted to make it a 5 by 8 or a 5 by 10, they sell the parts to extend uh, to make a big one, or they also have it like this is the 4 foot gantry, but you can buy the extra length rails and stuff, and with not a whole lot of work, make it into a 4 by 8 if you wanted to, or a 4 by 10.
Yeah, 4x8 make a lot of storage room.
Yeah, Steve says, look how many benchtop CNCs you could fit on it if it was a 4x8.
Yeah, I could probably do three or four unboxings and not have to move anything. Slide them around.
His 4040 Pro is sitting on top of his 150. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my Onefinity has room on the top for a really, really small project because I got so much crap piled on it.
Well, if I had a nickel for every unboxing of a new product I've done using that Avid table as the display table or whatever, I'd have a pocket full of nickels. I can tell you that. But the old Avid, she's been a good one. Let me. I don't have to mute myself now, but let me. I'll pull that off. Move the gantry back out of the way, and I'll pull it off, and you can take a look at the parts.
Sounds good. Very nice. I think the other thing I kind of like about this design of these little sawhorses is if you need room for somebody to sit down out in the shop.
Yeah, they're about chair height, aren't they?
Yeah. They wouldn't be bad to just cop a squat on.
Would you say they're 17 inches or something? I
Yeah,
think
17 inches tall.
that's chair height, isn't it? 17 inches to the seat, I think.
I'm going to say roughly yes. I don't have my tape measure in here with me, but yeah, probably about right. Looks like he's testing the dados that he's cut in there. There you go. Oh, hold on. Hold on.
Not great.
There we go. I had you muted because of the
but this is just a support. One of the 3 supports that goes on each sawhorse, so doesn't have to be real pretty.
just
I made
not
those the first 4 that I built 4 years ago, or 11 years ago.
Yep.
I used a little bit better grade of plywood, and then I thought, well, when you paint, you get paint all over them and stuff on them. They don't have to be that pretty. So I thought, well, since I had some drop left over, I'll just use this and it'll work fine.
Fine it is.
And out of that, I got...
There he goes. Now he can hear us again.
Now I got 6 of the end pieces. So out of all the other material I have, I only have to get 2 more end pieces. So, all right. Were you talking about me when I was...
Just a little bit, not a lot.
Okay.
No, I had to mute you when you turned on the vacuum cleaner. And then you started talking about that piece, and I couldn't unmute you fast enough. And then you didn't have your ears on anyway, so you couldn't hear me saying, hey, we couldn't hear what you were saying.
Okay. Yeah. Well, all I was saying was that, this is just 23/32
Yeah.
sheathing material, and which is good enough since it's just for sawhorse. It's not like it's a cabinet or something. So
I was just going to say, I use that for cabinets.
Well, I do too. The only thing is, I found if you're making stuff, it just seems like it's easier, to keep your measurements right if you're using a good quality stuff where it's got a consistent thickness and all that. It just seems to be a little easier, because some of this stuff, I know if you've ever looked on some of the sheathing stuff, where you look on the side and where the layers are, and sometimes there'll be like a hump where something's fell in there and they just laminate right over, So, but I did check the thickness with the calipers before I did it. And like I said, I had it drawn up with the 3/4 thickness, which is what it's supposed to be. And then I came back and did an offset to the inside and shrunk it down so that piece will fit in. And it doesn't really matter, because you throw a little tight bond in there and, it's not coming apart anyway.
Yeah.
If it comes loose, you just put a bigger nail in it.
Yeah. Or I think the plans, I think they show using some screws to hold it. Yeah, they show screws, a number 8 by 2.5 flathead wood screw. Not a slotted screw, for crying out loud. Nobody uses those anymore. But these are really old plans, because this is the same plans. Like I said, I built them 11 years ago, and there's no telling how long they've been before that. And I don't know if you're familiar with Woodsmith. I don't know if they still have a show on any of those PBS channels or not.
They do. Yep. Yep.
But
Now,
I
when
used to watch them all the time, and for a while I was even subscribed to their magazine. I think they'd put out like 5 or 6 magazines a year, and there's always lots of cool plans in there. In fact, I still have all the magazines stuck back in the closet somewhere.
yeah, now if Woodsmith would have made that, they'd have made it out of Baltic birch.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah, I
yeah.
watch their show every Saturday morning.
Okay. Well, I need to find out where it's at because I have a streaming service. I use Fubo, and I need to see if I can find it and set it up to record that because I'd like to start watching that again. There's a lot of great stuff on there. All right. Well, I guess I apologize for the noise y'all had to put up with tonight, but like I said, it probably wouldn't have been quite as bad if I hadn't been running the dust collection. But I thought, well, I don't really want to get dust flying around everywhere, so I'll go ahead and use my dust collection on it. And I've still got to clean that machine up. I haven't really cleaned it up, and you can't see because with the camera, all you see is from the table up, but underneath where some of the table bracing is, I have some 2x4s that run across there, and then I use that as a shelf, so it's piled up with scrap wood. It's just so easy to get something. You have a little piece of drop, you just reach and throw it up under there. So it's pretty much a mess too. But
John Thompson said he didn't get your reply to his email, and could you please send it again?
I will. Oh, you know what? I bet you. Yeah, I've still got them in there. Well, I'll tell you what I can do. Let me go to my YouTube channel, and we'll put in. There it is, Dave Gatton Stackable Sawhorses. Oh, that's not what I was doing. Well, there's. I'll go ahead and put this link in. That's not what Don was looking for, but I'll go ahead and in case anybody wants to go back and see that. Well, I messed that up. Yeah, here we go. This is the one I was looking for. I'm going to post this link.
Hey, Dave, do you get WABE out of Atlanta?
Is that a public broadcast?
PBS station?
I might.
Mitch says that shows on there.
Okay. Okay. Now, did it put that link? Okay. Yeah, there's a link I just put in the chat there, John, and that is the link to a video called "Drag Chain, Homing Switches, E-Stop, and Touch Plate," and I am doing a. Oh, you know what? That's not the right one because that's a live stream. Yeah, that's a live stream. Sorry about that. Hold on. This guy, Dave, he's got a bunch of videos.
It's like he's been doing this for a while.
Yeah. All right. I guess I got to let me get back over here. Yeah, that's the thing. I've been doing this so long that there's probably not a topic about CNC that I haven't done a video on. But the problem is people you know, don't know how to find it, I guess, because it's hard to find because it's so old. It's not like it's something that's going to pop up in their feed.
Yep.
All right, now I'm having trouble finding the video I'm looking for. What the heck, Dave? Because I thought that was it because it's me using the GarageWorks CNC, but that's taken right in here. That's pre-Avid, so that's not the one. Because the one, well, I'll just resend you that email because I know I got them in there. But if you go to my YouTube channel and put Dave Gatton space touch probe or touch plate, you should be able to find it. But I'll go back and send them. I don't know why you didn't get them. Unless now the one that I sent that had the link on it, it might have gone to your spam. A lot of times when you send somebody an email and it's got a hyperlink in it, it'll trigger it to the spam or the junk email or whatever. So, but the first one I sent two. The first one was when I read your first one. You were talking about you were having trouble and it was coming down, going up crazy or something. And all I did was ask you if you had put a script into Mach 3. And if you don't, I know I can send you a link on where to get one and use it.
I think he said he did earlier.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely resend the one where I sent the link. It just irritates me. I can't find that video now. See, I have trouble finding them myself because I got so darn many of them. I think what have I got now? I think it's like, and of course I got different channels too. 749 videos.
Wow.
John just sent a thing that says spam, so it must have been in the spam folder.
Okay. All right. Well, let me know if you can't find it, and I will. Oh, I put the wrong thing in there. No wonder I didn't find that. The touch screen, not touch plate.
Good times.
This is it. Yeah, it's called. Yeah, this one's called. This one was 7 years ago. This one's called adding a touch plate to your CNC. And again, I'm using my GarageWorks CNC.
Well, now he says it wasn't in his spam either.
Okay. Well, this is it right here that I just posted. That last link I just put in there, that one's to the one called adding a touch plate to your CNC. And that's showing how to wire it up, how to put the script in Mach 3 and everything.
Nice.
So that should answer your questions. And if it don't, let me know. We'll figure out what it is. All right. Well, I guess we'll get on out of here. Has anybody else got any questions or comments? Or like I said, I'm sorry y'all got to listen to that noisy thing, but I wanted to try to use up some of that drop and figure what the heck, well,
Yeah, might as well.
might as well run that that machine. I'm not going to have it that much longer, so I got to use it while I can.
Got to make sure it works.
Yeah, I'm going to save some of the. I'll save because, like I said, I'm using up this drop. I'll save some of it for when Melinda comes over here because I want her to, test drive it, kick the tires, all that kind of stuff. And there's, it's not anything super complicated about this one, but there are a few things that I've done in the way it's wired that is different than what some people might have. And I know she doesn't have, I'm pretty sure she doesn't have 230 volt set up running her Sidewinder because she says she had a dedicated outlet. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, that takes care of the 110, but you need 230 for the spindle.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you, Dave.
Okay. Alan, what are you going to put in the Avid space?
A $50 folding table.
I probably, well, it'll probably be the sawhorses that I'm making with a piece of plywood laid across them. But it will be nice, like I said, the Avid's a great machine. It's made me a ton of money over the years, but I just don't use it. And it's a 4x4. It's well, I don't see it on there, but it says Pro Series 4848 is what they call it. Well, you think about a 4x4 CNC machine, it's going to have a footprint of about 6x6 or so. So it takes up a good chunk of space.
Yeah.
And like I said, every time Ryan would make fun of me with calling it my $10,000 assembly table, I'm like, maybe I should sell it because it's just. But as you can see, you guys saw it run tonight. It runs like a champ. I've never had that first issue with it at all on anything. And I'm not an affiliate for Avid, so if you go buy one, I ain't getting no kickback. That's the one company I've had to spend my own money to get that, and I've never been an affiliate for them, like I am with a lot of other companies. But yeah, I don't make a nickel if you go buy one of them and say, "Hey, Dave sent me." They'll go, "Dave who?"
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to. And one of the nice things too, like I said, Melinda's the one that's getting it. And for those of you who don't know, back in, gosh, has it been that long? I think it was 2000. Gosh, 2017, I think. We did a CNC maker meetup, and she hosted it at her house because she's got big long driveway, a lot more room to park. I'm in a little old cul-de-sac in an old subdivision, so she hosted it, and I catered in Shane's barbecue and all that stuff, and we had a wing ding of a time over there. And the good thing is, like I said, where this machine is going, it's about 25 minutes away. So if I do decide I need something run that I don't want to tile with something else or whatever, I'm sure she would let me borrow her.
Unless she.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Good times. Yeah, Alan said he sold his 52 by 52 Gatton to his nephew, but he still runs his 24 by 34 Gatton.
Yeah. I see. Time they post pictures, I can't think of the name they use. Well, no, the nephew's got a little company name or whatever, but I see the pictures that he posts. He's making some cool stuff with that too, so that's great. Well, yeah, Alan, as far as what I'm going to put in that space, I don't know, but I'm sure something will take it up before long. Hopefully it just won't be something as big. Um, and if I do any more unboxings or stuff like that of these kind of smaller CNC machines, then I've got to at least throw some sawhorses and a piece of plywood on there. So I got a place to do them now, because now I don't. Once I get rid of that, I won't have any
All right,
place
Paul,
to do
did
them.
you hear that?
I heard it. I heard it.
Dave's getting rid of the 4x4 machine, so he's going to get a 2x4 machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, I mean, you think about it. Like I said, I did these sawhorses before 11 years ago. And back then, I had one CNC machine, and that was my old Sidewinder that has a cutting area of 40 by 26, 40 inches by 26 inches. And man, I made a ton of stuff, and it's still around back. It'll run right now.
Yeah.
Now, probably what I'm going to do, since we're still talking about stuff here, we still got a few folks hanging around. Probably a lot of, if you follow my live streams over the years, you know that I call it my demo board, but it's basically a piece of plywood about 2 foot by 2 foot, and it's got CNC drivers. It's got a power supply. In fact, that one's got 2 power supplies. Down at the bottom, it's got X, Y, Z, and A, and it's got stepper motors bolted to the back. And I would use that as a demonstration to show people different breakout boards, different problems. If you got a loose wire, this is the symptom you get. I've used it for a lot of different things. But I think what I want to do is I'm going to take that stuff off of that board, and I'm either going to maybe use these CNCs here, or I might use my CO2 laser right here. I haven't decided yet. Probably use the laser because it doesn't have to be anything real thick. But I think I'm going to design me an enclosure where I can take all of that stuff off and put it in there. And maybe we'll do that during these shows here. We'll
Cool.
build a CNC controller together or something. But that's what I want to do, because the controller I have on my old Sidewinder right now is one of the old G3 CNC controllers that Stacy made, and it was the early one that he sent me to review. And although it works, one thing I never liked about it is you can't move, and when I say move, you can't jog 2 axes at once.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do them one at a time. And I don't like that, because I started out where I could always move 2 at once or 3 at once, or however many you could move them all at once if you wanted to. And then when you get where you can't do that, it gets to be a pain.
Yeah.
If you start out that way, you wouldn't know any different. But since I started out being able to do it, so that's why I want to go back. And I'm going to probably buy myself another. I don't know, maybe a UC 100, or I might even get one of those Ethernet ones or something. That's actually what the Avid runs on. It has an Ethernet smooth stepper running to it, and you can't see my touchscreen. It hangs from the ceiling. I built a little box, and I've got a little small computer running Windows 7 and I can't think of the brand of the touchscreen, but it's just out of the shot of that camera right there. I guess I could turn that. Let's see if I can do this without snatching that.
I got to go give my dogs his medicine. I'll be back in a minute.
Okie dokie.
Okay, yeah, that's just a box that hangs down from the ceiling. I've got it where I can pick it up and kind of slide it, and then it'll be over the center of the table, so it's kind of out of the way. But I usually kept it to to the side because my table was always full of something else. So that didn't work too good. But yeah, that's a shot of the touch screen that hangs down. So, and Melinda will be getting all of that as well. So, all right. Well, I guess I'll wait till Ryan gets back before we.
He had to go. He had to go give medicine to his dog.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and get out of here then. We've been on here an hour and 20 or so. So anyway, like I said, anybody wants to make some cool sawhorses that are really handy to have, the link is down below in the description. Take you to the Woodsmith website, and it doesn't cost you a thing. Just don't buy them from that crook up there on Etsy. I about died when I saw that $7.35, and he didn't even. He's using the same pictures and everything. What didn't even.
Seems like he could get caught for copyright trouble.
Well,
Easy.
I don't know how they don't know it's there, but I'm sure Woodsmith wouldn't bother putting an Etsy thing on there when they already give them away free and have been giving them away free for years. So I'm sure that's another one of those Ted's woodworking type deals. But
yeah.
Anyway, all right. Well, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. I don't know when, but like I said, we'll do a controller build project over some Wednesday nights, I guess. And that's what I want to use with my old Sidewinder back there, because it's going to be weird. Once the Abbott's gone, that'll be the biggest machine I have now, and it's only 40 by 26. So. But anyway, all right. Well, we'll say goodnight, and see y'all next week, folks. Have a good one.
Good night.